everyone, it's Lisa from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel. I thought today we'd do a soap that sort of looks quite complicated but isn't too bad to do, so it'd be a good one to have a go with if you were maybe thinking about trying some more advanced techniques. Now, the other good thing about it is it doesn't really require any special equipment. I've got my normal soap mould here, and then I'm just using some pieces of card as dividers. Now, I'm not the person that's invented this technique with these dividers. I will link you to some videos where I first saw it, and it was by Etsuko Watanabe. I will link through to her, where she uses all sorts of various dividers and that, and does sort of like butterfly swirls on a side and those sorts of things. Now, the reason I picked up on this is I thought it's quite a nice thing to do if you haven't got dividers, because you could make your own. So what I did is I took some card. Now, certainly you could use a thin cutting mat or something if you wanted to use your dividers again. And I just got a card, and mine was a bit longer than this. It was just a piece of A4 card. I've cut it to the height of my mould. But then what you want to do is have it so that it will go in and it's a bit longer than the mould. And you want it so the card will just reach to the halfway point. What you want to make sure is as you cut your card to size, that it will support itself in the middle. If you have it so it doesn't support itself in the middle, it's quite likely that those dividers may fail because they'll move around and they'll move away from the edge. Okay, so what I actually did with mine is when my card was a bit longer, I took another bit and I put it halfway to the soap, and then I just sort of held my card on the top just to see how much I wanted to chop off of it. Okay, so there's my two little dividers. And obviously, yeah, if you made them with like a thin cutting mat or something, you could use them again. Now, what that does soap-wise is it pretty well divides your soap into three. 1, 2, and those two bits together are 3. So about 3 equal sizes. So what we're going to do is we're going to make up our soap, and then we're going to colour it, and then we're just going to play around with these little shapes that we've got to see what sort of swirl we can come up with. Let's have a look at the colours we're using. I'm having a Pure Rock Colours day today. So some titanium dioxide, and then I've already dispersed my colours in my mica in oil taken from my batch. This is Ooh La La. It's a lovely deep reddish pink colour. This is Purple Heart, again from Pure Rock Colours, so obviously a purple colour. And then this is Lime, again from Pure Rock Colours. So I've got my purple, my lime, my sort of deep, I guess, raspberry almost type colour. And the fragrance I'm using today, my fragrance oil, is Black Plum and Rhubarb from Candle Shack in the UK. And it's a really popular fragrance. I sell a lot of soaps with this fragrance. It sticks really well in the soap and it behaves beautifully as well. So it's a great one. So I'm going to get everything all mixed up at once. So I've got my oils here and my lye solution. And they're both sitting in the low 80s Fahrenheit because I do want this to stay nice and fluid. So be careful if you're going to try this technique. Make sure your oils are not too cold. You don't want them cold, because you don't want to develop steric spots or any false trace or anything. So around 80 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty good, just between that 80 to 90. And then we need to be careful that we don't blend too much. Now, if you're unsure about blending, key thing we want to do here really is just take your soap to an emulsion rather than a trace. I'm going to link a video in the description below which tells you all about different types of trace and how to spot an emulsion and things like that. So if you're unsure about working with emulsions rather than trace, then have a look at that. Okay, so let's get this blended up. Okay, I think that's going to do me for now because I've still got to mix all my colours and everything. So I'm just going to take that out. Now I'm going to split my colours up, sort of a third, a third, a third. But the colour that's going to go in those small bits is actually going to be 2 colours. So I'm just going to weigh this and then we'll divide it out. Okay, so my total that I've got in my jug is 1749. I'm going to take off the weight of the jug, which is 223. Okay, so that leaves me 1526 to split out, and this is in grams. I always do my soaps in grams. So if I divide that by 3, I know I've got 508 for my purple, another 508 for my lime, and then my Ooh La La and my white, I'm just going to do half for each of those. So 254 and 254 for those. Okay, so I can now get those split out. Now, my soap I don't think is properly emulsified just yet, so I'm just going to make sure that I stir it every time before I split it out. Now my scales are actually over the other side of, just behind me, so I can't do it on the screen. So I'm just going to split those out and then come back when they're done. Right, I've split those colours out, so let's just mix them in. So this is that lime, I get Pure Rock Colours lime. And because I've pre-dispersed my mica in oil, I don't need to use my blender anymore, which is great for a soap that I want to keep fluid. This is that Purple Heart, again from Pure Rock Colours. My titanium dioxide. And again with my TD, I just hand stir it in because of the way I pre-disperse it. And I never get speckles because I pre-disperse it properly, so therefore it doesn't need to be blended in. Okay, and then lastly the Ooh La La. Let's get our fragrance oil in. Okay, so we're all ready. So these two are the same amount, and then these two are half of one of those. But together, they make one of those. I don't know if I explained that very well. Basically, I've got 3 lots. The red and white together are 1, then the green, then the purple. Let's get our mould in. Now, if you're using mould dividers like this, homemade dividers, then obviously you might be a little bit worried they're going to fail. As long as you hold them down with your hand, they should be fine. The other thing to bear in mind as well is that soap is pretty good. If you poured 2 colours of soap together, they would butt up each other, and unless they were very, very, very thin, they wouldn't merge in with each other. They wouldn't just flow past each other. You know, you can pour soap together and it will come together and it will sort of build up a wall. So you don't need too strong a dividers. We do obviously want to maybe hold this down a little bit because these aren't proper dividers as such. So we may have a little bit of leakage. And again, to limit the leakage, what you want to do is seal up the bottoms as quickly as you can. So what I'm going to do is just get my soaps ready to pour. So you don't want to pour all your purple all in at once, because that will put a lot of weight on your divider. So if you can just hold them down while we put a bit of purple in, a bit of the green in, and then I'm also going to just start with that red and white as well. Okay, once you've got that going, you can then build up And if your dividers are touching in the middle, then you should be okay. Okay, now you could get a little seepage around the end, but hopefully not too much. Right, okay, I'm going to start with this top here. Whoop. Rubbish at pouring that, aren't I? Oh, I just poured the wrong colour in there. Oh no.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand? Look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer.
Okay, there's all my green in. And my purple. And what I'm going to do is just move these dividers a little bit to try and get the rest of this soap in.
You'll be enough if you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love.
Okay, let's get these dividers out. Now you can always scrape them down if you want, if you don't want to lose the soap on them, or you can just go and pull them straight out, dump them in a container, and then you could scrape them off in there and then use them for something else, you know, use the soap for something else.
I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me close.
Okay, I may be able to get more of this in now.
Here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you
Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. So now we can just have some fun swirling it. Okay, so I've got a reasonably thick tool, just because my batter's getting a little bit thicker, and I'm just going to go in and just have a little bit of fun.
If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love, love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.
There we are, I think that will do. So I'm going to put that away and then we'll give that a cut tomorrow and see what that's like inside. So we've got our soap the next day, and what we want to do is we want to cut it horizontally. Now often when you hear about cutting a soap horizontally, people start to worry that they haven't got the right tools and they say I might not have a loaf splitter or something. But you can do it with a single bar cutter. Now I don't actually own a single bar cutter, but this works in the same way. So I'm going to do it as if I had a single bar cutter. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our soap, and imagine normally you'd put your soap like this into your cutter and you'd cut it down and get your slices like a loaf of bread. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to make some fat slices, and those fat slices are basically going to be the length of the bar that you want. So what I would recommend that you do is measure your entire loaf and then divide it up and see what's a sensible size bar that you like. So I'm going to go for four bars, and that's going to make the bar shorter than I'd normally want, but I'm only going to get 2 bars depth out of this, so therefore it's going to be a shorter, fatter bar on mine. So I've divided mine into 3. Sorry, I've done it in 3 cuts, so it's divided into four chunks. Okay, and we're going to take each one of those. 1. Okay, so this would be how you would put it onto your single wire cutter if you've got one, or even a knife. 2, 3. So there's my 4 blocks. Okay, and they look quite cool, don't they, from the sides? And then when we've cut our soaps that way, what we want to do is divide them. Now, depending on how deep you've poured, you might get 3 bars out, you might get 2 bars out. I'm just going to do 2 for mine. So there we are. There's our first one. That's really cute, isn't it? Not got much of the pink in it, but we'll see that perhaps coming through in some of the other ones. I'm sure this one's going to have some pink in it. So let's chop this one. Just remembering all the time where the top was, turn it 90 degrees, and then oh, look at that one. That's come out really cool, isn't it? Okay, so here's our last one. Oh, that one's quite plain, isn't it? Quite simple, that one. So it's amazing how different each one is, isn't it? Okay, so there's a nice technique where you can just use quite simple tools. If you don't have dividers, we saw how we could make our own, didn't we? And it gives us quite a dramatic swirl. And as we saw with these, some of the bars were actually quite different to the others. And then to finish off, I'll just leave you with a final photo of the soap. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you like the soap. And if you're a soap maker yourself, I hope you're going to have a go at this reasonably straightforward technique. If you'd like to see what I'm making in the future, why not subscribe to my channel? Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy soaping!